Good evening, this is News.PH, but it's not politics as usual. I'm Pia Ontiveros. The country's premier military training institution, the Philippine Military Academy, and its honor system have been brought into sharp focus with a case of a cadet who will not get to march on Borromeo Field this weekend with the rest of the class of 2014 because he was reportedly caught lying about why he was late for a class. That's what we need to talk about and understand tonight. Our main question is, what is the honor system all about? How does it work? How does it operate? How does the honor committee uphold the honor system? Joining us here in the studio are cavaliers or graduates of the Philippine Military Academy, a resigned or a former Navy officer, a member of the PMA Siklab Class of 1981, Mike Aspirin, and another retired officer, James Layug of the PMA class. Wait, what's the name of the PMA class of your class? Marilag class of 1995. And on the phone, we will be joined by Colonel J.B. Ramos of the Philippine Air Force, who is currently based in Angeles City. Colonel Ramos was the chairman of the Honor Committee when he was a first-class cadet. So that was in 1988. From 87 to 88, he is a member of the PMA Maringal class of 1988. Also joining us by phone is Ace Esmeralda. He was the Baron, the #1 cadet of the Macatao class of 1989. So good evening. How should I call you, Colonel Aspirin?
Mike will do.
Sir Mike and James. Good evening. Thank you very much for being here. So the basic questions muna, no? What is the honor system? How does it work? What is the honor system? What is the honor code? What is the honor committee? These are terms that we've been hearing, no? The public has been hearing the last few weeks. And what we're trying to do here is just educate people, no? Yeah. What we're trying to understand is, what is this honor system that you guys went through when you were in PMA?
Yeah.
Sir Mike?
Me? Okay.
Yeah, start.
Well, all of us really come from different environments when you enter the academy. And one thing common among us when we enter the academy is we are brought into a system known as the honor system, where everyone is expected to tell the truth. Everything that you say, you do, is all bound in universal truth. And by the honor system, we are also bound by an honor code, which is a cadet does not lie, cheat, steal, nor tolerate anyone who violates any of those three.
Okay. Okay. Itong honor system, yung sinasabi, you started kasi with saying that you all come from different backgrounds. Are you saying that this was like making the PMA a level playing field? Ganun ba yun? Is that what it is, James?
Actually, for me, kasi galing kami sa institution, though nasa labas kami ng bureaucracy, ng military institution, pero iisa yung alma mater namin. And itong alma mater na ito na minahal namin, talagang since ngayon tama siya ng issue. And medyo namamali yung pananaw ng karamihan ng lipunan dun sa kung ano ba yung honor system at saka honor code. Primarily, honor code ang bumubuo dun sa sistema. Yung code. Without the code, everything else.
Okay, the code, of course, as Sir Mike was saying, we the cadets do not lie, cheat, steal,
nor tolerate among
us those who do. Okay.
And that's the binding, that's the way of life of a cadet. Na yan na yung character niya. Diyan na umiikot yan eh. Diyan na nakamolde yung character niya. So, it's not a set of rules. It cannot be written down on piece of paper.
Okay. What do you mean by it's not a set of rules? So, like for example, lying or telling the truth. You're
it's
saying that when you're a cadet, when you're a cadet,
nung pumasok kami sa cadet ko, pagpasok ko, kagaya ko, nung plebo ko, sabi sa akin ng mga upper class ko, bounded tayo ng honor code.
Okay. Teka muna ha, go slow. People who are listening are not familiar with the terms. Plebo, upper class. Plebo meaning plebe. Or
first year.
First year. Okay.
First year cadet.
You are the lowest of the low.
Lowest of the low, yeah.
Walang kwentang tama.
Ikaw ang bag.
Pero and then upper class, please explain muna.
Upper class are those in the second year, on the third year, and on their first class year or fourth year.
Okay. So right now, outside the academy, si Sir Mike, because he's class 81, parang upper class mo
ko pa
siya.
rin,
Okay.
Pero yun nga, ang inaano namin dito is yung code, it's a gentleman's agreement. No, nung pagpasok mo, sabi, ang is, huwag kang mag-lie, hindi ako maglalay. Huwag kang mag-cheat, hindi ako mag-cheat. Huwag tayong magnakawan. So yun ang namin. We're binded by that code.
Okay, okay. So violations of the honor code are if you lie, if you cheat, or if you steal.
And tolerate.
And tolerate. Tolerate meaning if you know something and you do not report it,
Yes.
ganon.
Countenance.
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 Isn't that squealing on your classmate or your mista or your underclass?
Bounded by the code and you do not violate the code.
It's actually a part of your character development and discipline.
Yeah.
It's different sa labas, na you're squealing on someone. Dito hindi you're bound totally on truth. Not what you say is what I will believe in.
Okay.
Unless it is otherwise. So without that honor code, wala.
Yeah.
We're just an ordinary school.
Okay. I wonder if you guys know this. For example, social media or people reacting in different fora, na parang dapat palitan yung honor code niya. Ano ba naman yung honor system na yan? Dapat investigahan natin, tignan natin yung kaso ni Cadet Kudia halimbawa. The question is, can anyone from outside the academy change the honor system or change the honor code?
I don't think so.
Why?
It's a culture within the alumni, within the cadet corps, within the institution or the academy. That makes us set us different and set us apart from the other schools, universities, and academies.
It's an agreement among cadets only, but it is boundless. It does not look at rank. It does not look at positions or classes.
And
so
the code,
everyone is equal in the eyes of the code.
And the code is absolute.
It's absolute.
Yes, it's absolute.
You cannot
ifs,
change
no
it.
buts.
No ifs, no buts. Okay. So if a cadet violates the code, he can be dismissed from the academy.
Actually, more than dismissal, ang ano nga dyan is he's being asked to resign.
Asked to resign?
Yes, by his peers.
By his peers.
By the cadets itself. Not even the
So wait, so the academy does not dismiss anyone. If you go through a trial of the honor committee and you are found guilty,
Yes.
you are asked by the honor committee to resign.
To resign.
Okay, so there is no dismissal, and so you are supposed to take them up on their offer. Parang
Yes.
you're supposed to say yes, I will resign.
You have two options. If you're found guilty, it's either resign or take the consequences.
And the consequences are
During our times, hindi kasi
your time, class 1995 ka na-graduate.
Hindi ako updated kung how they do it right now. Pero during our times, you get ostracized.
When you say ostracized, of course, it is a term that civilians are familiar with, but what does it mean to a graduate of the PMA? For example, habang nasa loob ka ng academy at nag-graduate ka na, tapos diba, yung mga classmates, yung mga magmimista, kung tawagin, nagkikita, sir, what is ostracizing?
You don't talk to him, you don't connive, you don't even enjoy anything. You avoid the person. During my time in 81, we had this cadet who stayed on, graduated, but after that, he felt the ostracism even in the officer corps. See?
So he was asked to resign.
No, he was not asked. Eventually, he resigned.
He eventually
because he could
resigned.
not take it. See?
Okay. When did he resign? How many years after graduation?
I really don't know, but it was in his younger years, probably.
So teniente pa lang, second lieutenant.
And we had incidents also during my time. When you say ostracize, it's not only he cannot mix, but we do not even interact with him. So he goes separately, information, he even goes ahead. He has his own table. The corps enters the mess hall, for example, and the regimental adjutant announces before mess that a man who has no concept of honor cannot wear the uniform of a soldier.
May ganon?
Yes.
May ganong announcement?
Yes.
Ang sakit nun.
Because, to us, we hold dearly who we are, what we are, and where we belong. And if you violate the code, to us, you violate the very honor and integrity that we stand for.
Okay. So you said that he couldn't take it anymore. Couldn't
Yes.
take what? Yung
The
hindi siya
ostracism.
pinapansin.
The
Hindi siya
ostracism.
pinapansin.
Yeah.
Okay. There's an honor committee, hindi po ba?
Opo.
It is made up of representatives of
Cadets also.
cadets. Equal representation of
Yes.
all the classes, all 4 classes.
Opo.
And all, what, 8 companies?
Eight
Or-
companies.
Yes.
Yeah.
8 companies.
Okay. And when a complaint is brought before it, how does a complaint come before it?
Somebody writes a violation. For example, I see a cadet violating. To my eyes, he did violate. So I write in a delinquency report.
Delinquency report or DR.
Yes,
Okay.
but
Yun yung
it is
ginamit kay
addressed,
Kudya.
it is addressed to the honor committee,
Okay.
reporting this individual cadet that he violated he made an honor violation. So it is submitted to the honor committee representative of the company,
Okay.
who then in turn looks at it and sees if it is if it merits an investigation. Once it merits an investigation, it is forwarded to the honor committee itself. And the other committee either has the option to have a further investigation, or if it is pretty much obvious of the violation, and there are especially witnesses to the said violation, then he is called already to the honor committee.
Can anyone from the outside of the academy stop the proceedings of the honor committee? I mean, for example, someone with a bright idea says, I'm going to file a case to stop the honor committee of the PMA. The honor committee made up of cadets. Pwede? Pwede ba yun?
Hindi eh.
Hindi?
Internal masyado para merong makikialam galing sa labas.
Yeah. Can you compare it to, I mean, is there an honor in universities, other university schools, meron bang ganon na, na internal to the institution na hindi pwedeng pakialaman ng outside world? Para lang maintindihan ng mga civilian.
Hindi ko ma-compare.
Iba.
Iba pa rin. Okay. Well, we'll talk first to Colonel J.B. Ramos. As I said earlier, he's a member of PMA Maringal Class of 1988, and he was the chairman of the honor committee during his time. Colonel Ramos, good evening. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, good evening, Pia, and good evening also to our televiewers.
Yeah. Colonel Ramos, can you tell us first, the honor committee only tackles or investigates honor violations and not violations of regulations?
You're right in saying that there's a body that takes care of violations of regulations, while the honor committee takes care solely of violations of the honor code and the honor system.
Okay. A complaint is lodged, as Sir Mike and James here were saying, before the honor committee when a cadet files a delinquency report, no, and then it goes through the grind. Is that how you in civilian parlance, acquire jurisdiction? No, the honor committee is like a court that acquires jurisdiction over a complaint. Ganun ba yon?
Well, that is right, Pia. If a cadet is reported, whether perhaps started as a violation of regulations, if the member of the corps or even the tactical group, meaning the officers who handle the cadets, has suspicion or doubt that the cadet has committed an honor violation, then this report will be referred to the honor committee for appropriate action.
How do you conduct, or at least in your time, JB, in 87 to 88, did you conduct honor committee hearings? Pag hearing, may abogado ba ang akusado? Meron bang time for him to explain his side? Meron bang presentation of evidence ng isang prosecution? What happens?
It's actually similar to sa korte, but the beauty of it is that walang abogado. If a cadet is reported, and next thing will happen is that the court will convene, the honor committee court will convene and require the cadet to report. There will be, of course, evidences that the committee will evidence will be presented to the committee, and also will give appropriate opportunity for the accused to explain the case.
Then, meron bang mga tinatawag na mga testigo, witnesses?
Witnesses ay kung meron. A number of times, I remember before yung mga nag-report, they are also called to make statements.
Is a decision always unanimous? It has to be unanimous.
Yes, it has to be unanimous. After the deliberation and the committee deemed that all the evidences have been studied and the accused was given enough time to explain himself, then the court votes. And if it is a unanimous decision, then the cadet is deemed guilty. Pero pag hindi, if there's one dissenting vote, then it will be not guilty.
Kapag merong isang dissenting vote, no? For example, in the case of Cadet Cudia, although let me clarify, no, we are not talking really about that specific case. If there is one dissenting vote, pwede bang pakiusapan ng ibang members ng honor committee o ng board ang bumoto ng no, not guilty?
I'm not really familiar with the case of Cadet Cudia, but this is what I can say. The voting is it's secret ballot. So you cannot coerce actually a member to change his vote. So the vote will be based on his perception of the case.
Ballot. At least nung panahon nyo, Colonel Ramos, or hanggang ngayon? Do you know that it is still secret ballot until now?
Well, I don't know. I couldn't say what's the procedure now, but all I can talk about is what we have been doing before.
Meron daw nagsalita na isang member ng Honor Committee at sinabi niya that he was convinced by the other members to change his vote to a guilty, to change his verdict to a guilty verdict. But you're saying that at least in your time, so 1987 to 1988, secret ballot yon. So nobody will know what anybody voted.
That's right, Pia. And
okay,
as I said, the beauty of the system is that sa experience ko, once a cadet is found guilty, and I as a chairman announces that the findings of the court is that he is guilty, most of the time, parang wala akong na-encounter na instance. Talagang they would just say sorry for betraying the code, and then resign, and then say they would just resign.
Mm-hmm.
Because even if they're violators of the system, still the system is within them.
So I'm sorry, if they say, if they are, if the verdict is guilty, yung kadete, kailangan siya mag-resign, or pwede siyang mag-apologize? Hindi?
Well, there's two options actually. One is for him to resign.
Oo.
And to stay and suffer the consequences. But yes. I'm not saying sorry and then tapos mapapatawad siya and then hindi na siya mapaparusahan. Most of the time, yung mga napuprove na guilty, they would apologize to the committee and to the cadet court for violating the system and the code.
Okay.
Talagang may remorse kang makikita sa kanila.
Okay. And then merong punishment na lang?
They will no, the punishment is that they will resign from the service.
Resign.
They would accept their fate with yung buong puso lang i-accept.
Meron na bang nangyari sa history ng Honor Committee? Of course, you weren't always on the Honor Committee, no? Or at least if you know, meron bang nagsabi na oo nga, guilty nga ako, parang ganon? Pwede ba yung ganon? And then kapag umamin siya at hindi na natuloy yung trial, okay lang? He's free to go?
No, if he says he's guilty, then he will resign.
Okay. Can the superintendent of the PMA of the Academy or the chief of staff of the AFP, well, now in Cadet Cudia's case, no, can they overturn a decision of the Honor Committee?
Since the honor system is a system of the cadet, pag-aari na they own the system. So the tactical officers, the commandant, the superintendent cannot overrule the decision.
Usually, Colonel Ramos, how do cadets react when the Honor Committee tells them that they have been found guilty?
after the votation and whether the findings that he's guilty, he will be called again by the committee. And then the honor committee chairman will tell him of the decision. And then he'll be given an option whether for him to resign or stay and take the consequences. And as I've said, most of the time, the cadet who's found guilty would just take the first option, and that is to resign. And most of the time, they would even say that they are very sorry for the things that they've done against the cadet corps and against the system.
Without giving pertinent and important details, Colonel Ramos, can you just confirm that your batch, your batch, the honor committee of which you were chairman, did preside over at least one trial?
Can you say that again, Pia?
Can you confirm that you did preside over at least one trial?
Well, I presided in a number of trials when I was in my first class year as chairman of the Cadet Honor Committee.
Okay. Can you tell us what it felt like for you as chairman and I suppose for the other members of the honor committee at that time? Because you sit in judgment of your peers, hindi ba?
I wouldn't say that. The honor committee exists to protect and guard the system and the honor code. So we are there as protectors of the code.
Mm-hmm. Okay, but you do not sit in judgment of your peers?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. Ang sabi ko nga kanina, most of the time, ang beauty ng system at ng trial na ginagawa namin, most of the time, the accused, pag guilty siya, aaminin niya kaagad, hindi niya pahihirapan ng committee. Mm-hmm. Okay. Kasi nga nasa kanya naman yung system, just so happen na nagkabali siya. Mm-hmm. But
okay.
Still, nandun pa rin yung system sa kanya. He still embraced the system.
How important is the honor system to cadets and alumni like you and Sir Mike and James here?
How important?
Yes. Is the honor code and the honor system?
Well, to us alumni and of course to the cadets, it is not actually the rigorous training, the discipline or the regimented life of a cadet officer or cadet or an officer that we believe sets it apart. It is the honor code and the honor system. Sabi nga kanina, narinig ko, compared to other learning institutions, it's only the PMA that has the honor code and the honor system. It's actually what binds the long gray line o yung mga graduate o alumni ng Philippine Military Academy. We see it as a beacon of light, like a lighthouse for those who navigate the seas, mga marino. And for us pilots, we see it as a rotating beacon for our compass to keep us on the right track whenever we are faced with tough decisions and challenges in our military careers. Mm-hmm. And of course, in our everyday lives as husband, father, or just an ordinary citizen, we just refer back to that beacon of light, so to speak.
All right. Thank you very much for joining us this evening, Colonel J.B. Ramos of the PMA Maringal Class of 1988. Colonel Ramos was also chairman of the Honor Committee when he was first class cadet, 1987 to 1988. Thank you, Colonel Ramos. We're taking a short break. News.PH will be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching News.PH on the Solar News channel. I'm Pio Ontiveros. We're talking about the PMA and its honor system. Our guests, Mike Asperin of the PMA Dimalupi class of 1981 and James Layug, PMA Maringao class of 1995. Ace Esmeralda, the Baron of the Macatao class of 1989, joins us now on the phone. Let's talk to him first. Do we have Ace on the line already? Ace, hi. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Ace, can you hear me? We'll get back.
Hello?
Yeah, Ace, can you hear me?
Yes, good evening, everyone.
Okay. Ace, we're not dissecting the case of Cadet Kudia tonight. No, what we're trying to do here is try and understand, try and help the viewers and civilians like me understand this honor system, the honor code, the honor committee, how it works and operates, no? Because siyempre yung mga tao, mga civilian, hindi naman kami naging bahagi, hindi kami naging kadete ng PMA, so we don't know. But can you tell us first what your experience is of the honor system and the honor code when you were a cadet?
Hello, Pia, I cannot hear you. Can you repeat your last question?
Okay, sige. I'll repeat that. Can you tell us what your experience was of the honor system and the honor code when you were a cadet? So that was from 1985 to 1989.
Well, I have my own experience of reporting my squad mate on honor violation. And then, being the Baron, I also have a seat in the honor committee. And I also witnessed when I was a plebe how my upperclassmen were reported in a massive cheating cases, no? So those are things that really shape my concept of the honor system.
Yeah. Ace, can you,
Yes?
Yeah, sorry to interrupt you, no. When you say you reported a squad mate, what is a squad mate?
Well, a squad mate when I was a second-class cadet and a third-year cadet, we are designated as squad leaders. Part of the leadership training for cadets. We have plebes, no? The first-year cadets with us, and then we have also the yearlings who are the second-year cadets. I have 3 years, and I have also 4 plebes, and they're my squad. And then I have one plebe who I reported for lying.
For what? For what?
For lying.
Lying. A plebe. Okay.
Lying, sinungaling.
Oo.
Yeah, it probably, if I'm allowed to narrate it, the sequence, probably will understand how we really cherish the honor code.
Okay.
So we'll rather say that for a mere 2 minutes he was discharged. For a mere pajama. Okay? My plebe did not iron his pajama when he reported to me. So I asked him or ordered him to iron his pajama within 15 minutes.
Okay.
After 5 minutes, he came back to me wearing his pajama.
Okay. And?
Nicely ironed, but with obvious folds from his display. Meaning, yung pajama niya did not come from his ironing, but from his display. So I asked him,
From his what?
is this the pajama that you wore 5 minutes ago? He said, yes. Then I said, are you sure? He said, yes. Did you iron it yourself? He said, yes.
Oh.
So I went to his room, and I found out that he practically wore another set of pajama. And very simple, I reported him for honor.
Okay.
And he was found guilty. Then
Okay.
fine.
Okay. People will say, pajama lang pala, no? But your issue here is that he lied to you when he said na, oo, plinansya ko yung pajama ko, pero yung pala hindi.
Yes, that's the point there.
Okay.
And then he's a plebe, and then he's already in the almost 8 months in the 8 months already in the being a plebe, and he has been indoctrinated about the honor system, the cadet honor system.
Okay.
So just imagine what will be the bearing of lying or quibbling to a first-class cadet. You're an intelligent one, and then you're already graduating. Why will you gamble with your honor for your position in academics,
Okay. You used a term, no, in cadet lingo, quibbling. Quibbling. What do you mean by quibbling?
Well, for me, quibbling is particularly some people's way of making small lies. But then for the honor committee, it's still lying.
So there is no such thing as degrees of lying or degrees of truth. Paano
No, I think, well, there's no degree for lying. Whether you lied when you lied with using some what we call as technicalities, like say, for example, if I take myself an example, I cannot tell my teacher that I was late for the next meeting because somebody fell in front of me. No, because if it's a life and death situation, I can say I have to bring him to the hospital.
Okay.
But
Pero,
then,
pero di ba
if somebody waving at me and said, no, somebody said, oh, I was delayed by someone, it cannot be an excuse during our time because as a graduating cadet or a first-class cadet, you know already that you have another function or another duty to attend to, and then you should not be late there. You can always cancel, postpone all those hindrances to your being punctual.
Ace, kung halimbawa yung plebo na yon nung nag-report back sa iyo and then napansin mo na, teka muna, ito ba yung pajama na dapat plinansya mo? And then kung umamin siya, nga sir kinuha ko lang yung nasa closet ko, hindi po ito yung pajama na pinaplansya mo ulit. Anong mangyayari at that point?
Well, it's too late already because remember I asked a lot of confirmation questions, to give him a chance to really to correct himself because we can always say now, this plebe is just confused. He lacks sleep. He's confused because his upper class is putting pressure on him. But then I asked him again, is this the pajama that you wore?
And then he stuck to his story. Yeah, but Ace, my question is, if at that point inamin ng plebo na, nga sir, nagmamadali ako, natatakot ako na I will not be back in 15 minutes. So in other words, kung umamin siya kaagad sa'yo, ire-report mo ba siya for a violation?
Yes. Yes, because he lied already and I will be tolerating his lying.
No. If he did not lie to you nga, ang sinasabi ko, if you caught him na, bakit yun yung pajama mo, at umamin ka agad. First question pa lang, kung umamin siya kaagad sa'yo, maire-report pa rin ba siya?
Hindi na. Kanina namin niya example na, is that the pajama? No, sir. Okay. There's a different thing. Is that the
what
pajama
happens
that
kung...
you wore? No, sir. Ba't mo sinuot yan? So, he might be, as a squad leader, I have to give him pep talk. I might give him some words of advice that next time don't do it again.
Okay, Asa, maraming cadet lingo tonight. Pep talk. That sounds violent. Hindi mo naman binubugbog yung mga yon, ano? Of course, ibang issue yan, ibang episode yan.
It's really to boost his morale, explain to him that next time, where take the responsibility of wearing your pajama, the one that I told you. Pero kung hindi niya inamin, talagang obvious na nagsinungaling siya, either the first instance, it's already lying.
Okay.
Kasi what we're teaching the cadets is take responsibility for their actions.
Okay. Let me jump lang, Ace, no? We were talking to Colonel Ramos a while ago. For him, he was saying that the honor code serves as like a beacon, for example, the lighthouse for those who join the Navy, the compass for those who are in the Air Force, etc. There has been a lot of commentary and opinion making by people from outside the academy about how the honor code should be lived even long after you leave the academy. Are you saying, Ace, that the graduates of PMA are able to live up to the honor code even long after leaving the academy?
Yeah, there are lots of us. There are a lot of graduates who really live up to the honor system because ingrained sa kanila yan. But I think I might sound different from my other alumni here in the show. But I think I posted in my answer to a Facebook friend. I said, during the incorporation of the Class 92, when they were finishing their pre-year, a mother approached me and said, she approached me and said, I hope that the academy will convert my, change my son to become a fine, honorable gentleman. Okay, so I answered her that the PMA is only 4 years. It is not enough to convert or change what was the formative years of, or the 16 years of being in their family.
Okay.
No? Tapos, sabi ko, not to her, but to a lot of people, is that a cadet can always pretend to be honorable or snappy for 4 years. And then if he will not really imbibe into himself the virtues of the honor system, then when he go out, he can easily succumb to the temptations of the real world. Diba?
Okay.
So people will say, useless yung honor committee, honor system ng kadete because there's that Carlos Garcia. But I always answer them that just imagine na lang kung wala honor committee, walang honor code or honor system mga academy. Ilan na lang yung mga graduates na magkasala or will be condemned by the public.
Okay. Okay. Last question na lang, Ace. I should have asked this earlier of you. Just to clarify, itong the title we're using for you, or what we're calling you, is Class Baron. Can you tell us, can you explain what exactly it means? You're the #1 cadet, right? That means you were the regimental commander ba? Or you graduated #1?
Yeah, well, I'm the regimental commander, or colloquially called as the Class Baron. But I'm not #1 in academics. I'm not the #1 in the total ranking. No, I'm number 8 in the class.
Number 8. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But I'm the highest ranking cadet officer during my time.
Regimental commander.
Yeah. Don't call me #1. I'm not #1. It's Cavalier Ray Picar, who is our #1, and Browner.
Okay.
Comet Browner is #2.
Okay, okay. So tanggalin na lang natin yung Class Baron na yan. Anyway.
Class Baron ako, but I'm not #1.
Not #1. Okay.
Magkaiba yun. Yeah, #1 is different from Class Baron. Class Baron is the regimental commander.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Ace Esmeralda of the PMA Class of 1989. We're going to take a short break first. News.PH will be right back. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're still watching News.PH on the Solar News Channel. I'm Pio Ontiveros. Our guests tonight, Mike Asperin, PMA Class of 81, and James Layug, PMA Class of 95. We were speaking to Colonel J.B. Ramos of the PMA Maringal Class of 1988 and Ace Esmeralda of the Class of 1989 a while ago by telephone. Let's go first to, I forgot to follow up with Ace, but we were about to run out of time na rin. He mentioned yung mga cheating ring, no? Yeah. There was a cheating ring nung panahon niya. Pero this was a relatively regular occurrence?
Every generation merong lumalabas na ganun. And kinokorek siya ng system. ng honor system.
Okay, meaning may nahuhuli, may nadi-discharge.
Kadete pa rin
Yes.
ang
Kadete
nagko-correct.
pa rin. Okay. Sir Mike, there was a cheating ring nung
There
panahon
was
niyo.
a
What year
cheating
was
ring
that?
during our time. There were, I think, about 24 to 26 of them from different battalions, different companies. And they were reported for cheating. Very complex yung ginawa nila eh. But they were found out. And after having found out, we brought them one at a time. And yung mga unang tinanong pa lang, inamin na kagad. No? And to me, having recalled that, I still look up to them.
Okay.
Because they did the honorable thing.
Which is?
By saying they cheated.
By admitting.
And after
when they admitted that they cheated, what happened?
Well, they of course, it was trauma. They knew the consequence. They did not have to listen. Immediately they said, we will resign.
We will resign.
There was even one of them who I cannot forget, was countenancing, was tolerating. He did not report. Kasi barkada eh. But having found out that he did not report, he was called. Why did you not report? He broke down. It was a matter of, he was really hoping na hindi mahuli. And the problem then was that he was not even part of the cheating ring. And
He just knew.
He
that it
just
happened.
knew.
Yeah. When you say cheating ring, sir, what do you mean? How did they do it?
There was a connivance
Okay.
among classmates in a class, and somehow they were able to plan how to do it, how to cheat. For example, there's a unit exam, because all of us, let's say you have a calculus class, no? The first class, when they take an exam, they have the questionnaires. So some of them write the questionnaires, or one of them, probably two of them, get the questionnaires, and somehow may ginagawa silang drop. So
Drop?
walang makakita. Outside the classroom.
Talaga military
Kasi
operation.
may ano yan eh.
Okay.
May break in between eh. Before you come to class and you leave class. Before you go to another class.
Okay.
Doon pa lang sa drop na yon, yung isang papasok na, alam niya na kung saan nakalagay. So kukunin niya, titignan niya, and i-share niya doon sa kwan, sa magagaling. O, tignan natin kung ano to. And this went on and on and on until they were found out. No?
Okay.
And sad to say, these were really good cadets.
They could
They
have
were
made
very,
promising
very promising
officers.
cadets. And it was really, really sad. Because a lot of them I knew very well.
And all 24 to 26 of them.
Had to go, including the one who countenanced and saw this but did not report it. That was
Okay.
painful. But I just want to qualify something. No? When you violate the honor code and you admit to its violation, and you take the consequence of, it's not easy. When you're in front of a committee and you decide, remember, it is composed of 16 voting members. So yung sinasabing ini-influensya, I doubt, really, no? Kasi iba-iba kayong character.
Yeah.
Iba-ibang
Well, and
pinagalingan.
JB said earlier, nung panahon nila, secret ballot.
Secret ballot,
Up to
yes.
now,
We don't know what it...
I
Up to
think
now,
up to now.
you think up to now,
Yes.
secret ballot. Okay.
Kasi minsan di mo na kailangan mag-secret ballot eh. Pag umamin na yan, tatanungin na kagad ng chairman ng honor committee, do you know the consequence of this? Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we will proceed. We will formalize it. Wala nang secret ballot yan.
Okay.
Raise right hand, kaagad yan. Pag nag-raise ng right hand yan, guilty na. Kasi inamin na niya eh.
Okay.
See?
Yeah. And you were saying you wanted to qualify. Now, when a cadet says na I'm going to resign.
That is an honorable act for us. So when that person leaves, he does not suffer ostracism. But in fact, me, on a personal basis, I will honor him for admitting that. So that even when I graduate, let's say he's my classmate, no, he leaves. When I leave and I meet him on the street, no, magkita kami, I will still embrace him. Why? Because he did an honorable act by resigning.
He redeems himself.
He redeems himself.
He redeems
He
himself.
redeems himself.
By doing that. So, naibalik yung respeto namin sa kanya.
Being found guilty or admitting something, and you go to an academy na napaka-rigorous ang training ng ganon, it will traumatize an individual. And I know for a fact that each one of those individuals there who are part of the honor committee always think of that. This is the future of a person who is going to service country and service people. Kaya, ang hirap yan eh. Pero pag overwhelming ang evidence, wala kang magagawa. You have to make that honorable decision. Whether that person is guilty or not.
Okay. Walang pwedeng
No ifs,
mangyaring-
no buts.
No ifs, no buts. Walang pwedeng bayaran dahil sa isang korte pwedeng magbayad. Yung ganun walang... James, sa'yo, meron din ganon nung panahon nyo?
Personal experience, wala. Pero as I have heard in the generations after us, nangyari pa rin yun. Meron pa rin nangyari. And ganun pa rin, na-discharge yung mga umalis, nag-resign yung mga nandaya. So madali silang na-correct yung sistema. Pero sabihin ko nga lang, yung dun kasi sa madaling i-qualify kasi yung cheating at saka stealing. Di ba? Pag isang tuldok, cheating yan.
What do you mean by isang tuldok?
I mean, a period alone would change yung answer mo di ba? So, that's already cheating. Whether nagkopya ka ng isang buong paragraph o isang tuldok, walang graduation yan. Sa stealing, same thing. Kumuha ka ng 5 at saka nagnakaw ka ng 1,000, it's the same thing. Ngayon, dun sa lying kasi, nagkakaroon ng variation, yung sinasabi niyo ng degrees.
Oo, degrees.
Kaya absolute pa rin kami dyan. Kasi klaro dyan, kung nagte-technicality lang, half truth, half lie. Di ba? Yung sinasabi ni Sir Ace. Kaya dun sa issue ng lying, hindi pa rin po pwedeng gaganon-ganon eh. Klaro pa rin. You know, in your heart, yun nga, you have to answer 2 basic questions eh. Do you intend to deceive? Do you intend to take undue advantage? Kung parehong yes, then you're guilty of committing, violating the honor code.
Okay. Earlier also, Ace was talking about, he used the term indoctrination. No? So, indoctrination, of course, that's a popular term among leftists, for example, di ba? Pero meron ding tinatawag na indoctrination no, sa mga kadete ng honor code. No? How does an indoctrination happen? You sit a cadet down or, and then talk to him and indoctrinate him, try to brainwash him about the honor code? Ganun ba yun?
No.
How does it happen?
Actually, it starts during plebud eh. You're introduced dun sa code. Ina-explain yan gabi-gabi. You recite the code.
Okay.
Ina-explain ng squad leader mo, ng yearling body mo, ina-explain ng honor committee, ina-explain yung buong system sa'yo. And tuloy-tuloy na And ang kainaman dun sa code, hindi yan ibini-brainwash. Itinuturo yan ng squad leader, pinapasa yan bilang kultura, bilang tradisyon. So mamahalin mo, yayakapin mo yung code eh.
Oo.
Kasi tradisyon to. Ito yung tradisyon ng pamilya. Diba?
Okay.
I mean, kunyari sa atin, sa pamilya natin, may tradisyon tayo na ganito. So, ganun din sa amin. Ang tradisyon is mahalin ang code. Pinapasa yan.
Okay.
Through generations.
Although Ace brought up a really interesting point. He said na you cannot just transform someone into an upright gentleman and military officer in the 4 years in PMA if his previous experience was completely different, di ba?
Yeah, exactly. Look, anyone who goes through life, what shapes you? What your probably your church, your school, your family,
Your upbringing, your family.
your upbringing, really. But to many, when you join the academy, the ideals that you've developed through the years, pagpasok mo sa, at least for me, and I think also for James, yayakapin mo eh, kasi they're the same ideals that you grew up with. And these ideals are more affirmed so that when you leave the academy, it stays with you. Lalong na natitibay. Meron dyan talaga, hindi rin dumaan sa ganun. Tapos pag biglang ganun, parang naku-culture shock.
Oo.
But,
pero meron bang, we have to go to a break, sir. Meron bang mga PMAer na habang nasa academy, lives up to the code, di ba? Honorable, courage, integrity, loyalty, lahat. Tapos paglabas ng academy, ayan na, nagloko na.
like in any organization, there is always one. There is always one who will go astray. Kahit graduate ng UP yan, o graduate ng PUP yan, o Lasal yan, o Ateneo, there will always one who will go astray. It's not while the organization tries to build your character
Yeah. Okay.
and instills discipline, paglabas mo sa PMA, choice mo na yan eh.
Okay, we'll have to take one last short break. News.PH will be right back. Welcome back. You're still watching News.PH on the Solar News Channel. I'm Pia Ontiveros. Final words, who shall go first? The younger one?
The younger one,
underclass?
of course.
James, Layo.
Two things, no? Una, yung sa honor code, kultura namin yan eh, sa academy, sa aming alma mater. Maraming magsasabi, bakit pagka hindi na ba applicable yung honor? I believe there's no alibi. We have to live by the honor code up until to the last day namin sa serbisyo or sa buhay namin. Kung meron mang mga those who go astray, na sinasabi nga ni Sir, marami rin, malaking porsyento who live by the code, nagsasakripisyo, namamatay sa field. And doing the right thing, not only for themselves, for their family, but for the country. So sana doon kami makita yung honor code. And ang last message ko is yung kadete, respeto na natin sila. No? This is an affair between peers, between cadets, and let us respect whatever decision that they will come up with, so that itong batch na to will grow according dun sa sa system na to, sa code na to.
Okay, because there is a pending appeal, dinadala ng pamilya sa iba't ibang mga sangay ng gobyerno.
Yun nga eh. Ang punto rito, this is an affair between the cadets. Let's give them a chance to do
Work this out.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Is that all? Sorry.
Yes, ma'am.
You know,
Sir
having
Mike.
heard JB, Ace, James, through all of this, no, it just makes me feel proud, no. Parang yung iniwan namin, no, they found each other faithful to the honor code. Napaka-importante sa amin yan eh. Take it away, wala na. I just wish people would just stop discussing yung paano sila ganito, sila ganyan. Tama yung sinabi niya, and I'm really proud of that he was very eloquent in saying it. The honor code and honor system belongs to the cadet. They are the ones who will uphold it. None of us can interfere with it. What we become later on is the choice that we make. But, you know, even if there are, you say, erring cavaliers or erring PMAers, we know them also eh. And to a certain point, we don't also give up on them. And in fact, we talk to the classmates or the upper class or their mistas. Sir, paano ba to? Tayo ang tatamaan dyan. And, you know, we become a hit and miss issues with everyone. When someone makes a mistake, lahat kami tatamaan. Pero hindi naman lahat kami ganun. Alam naman namin. Kaya hindi namin papatulan. Ang kuwan ko lang sa mga fellow cavaliers ko, and I really pray that, I really hope and pray that having come from the academy, you will always make sure that everyone behind you will find you faithful in everything you do. That's it.
Thank you very much for joining us tonight, Sir Mike Asperin and James Layog. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Pia.
And thank you for watching. You can download the Solar News mobile app on your Android and iOS devices to watch the Solar News channel via live streaming and catch up on programs you may have missed. Thank you for watching. Like I said, I'm Pia Ontiveros. This is News.PH. See you again next Wednesday. Good night. Good evening, this is News.PH, but it's not politics as usual. I'm Pia Ontiveros. The country's premier military training institution, the Philippine Military Academy, and its honors system have been brought into sharp focus with a case of a cadet who will not get to march on Borromeo Field this weekend with the rest of the class of 2014 because he was reportedly caught lying about why he was late for a class. That's what we need to talk about and understand tonight. Our main question is, what is the honor system all about? How does it work? How does it operate? How does the honor committee uphold the honor system? Joining us here in the studio are Cavaliers or graduates of the Philippine Military Academy, a resigned or a former Navy officer, a member of the PMA Siklab Class of 1981, Mike Aspirin, and another retired officer, James Layug of the PMA class. Wait, what's the name of the PMA class of your class? Marilag class of 1995. And on the phone, we will be joined by Colonel J.B. Ramos of the Philippine Air Force, who is currently based in Angeles City. Colonel Ramos was the chairman of the Honor Committee when he was a first-class cadet. So that was in 1988. From 87 to 88, he is a member of the PMA Maringal class of 1988. Also joining us by phone is Ace Esmeralda. He was the Baron, the #1 cadet of the Macatao class of 1989. So good evening. How should I call you, Colonel Aspirin?
Mike will do.
Sir Mike and James. Good evening. Thank you very much for being here. So the basic questions muna, no? What is the honor system? How does it work? What is the honor system? What is the honor code? What is the honor committee? These are terms that we've been hearing, no? The public has been hearing the last few weeks. And what we're trying to do here is just educate people, no?
Yeah.
What we're trying to understand is what is this honor system that you guys went through when you were in PMA?
Yeah.
Sir Mike?
Me? Okay.
Yeah, start
Well,
first.
all of us really come from different environments when you enter the academy. And one thing common among us when we enter the academy is we are brought into a system known as the honor system, where everyone is expected to tell the truth. Everything that you say, you do, is all bound in universal truth. And by the honor system, we are also...
Sabi sa akin ng mga upper class ko, bounded tayo ng honor code.
Okay.
Huwag
Teka
kang-
muna ha. Go slow. People who are listening are not familiar with the terms. Plebo, upper class. Plebo meaning plebe.
Plebe,
Or
first year.
first year.
Yeah,
Okay.
first year cadet.
You are the lowest of the low.
Lowest
parang
of the
ganon.
low, yeah.
Walang kwentang tama. Ganon.
ikaw
Okay.
ang bag.
Oo.
Pero
And
ang
then upper class, please explain muna.
upper
because-
class are those in the second year, on the third year, and on their first class year or fourth year.
Okay.
in the
So
academy.
right now, outside the academy, si Sir Mike, because he's class 81, parang upper class
ko
mo
pa
siya.
rin, oo.
Okay.
Pero yun nga, ang inaano namin dito is yung code, it's a gentleman's agreement. No, nung pagpasok mo, sabi, ang ano is, huwag ka mag-lie, hindi ako maglalay. Huwag ka mag-cheat, hindi ako mag-cheat. Huwag tayong magnakawan. So yun ang ano namin. We're
Okay.
binded by that code.
Okay, okay. So violations of the honor code are if you lie, if you cheat, or if you steal.
And tolerate.
And tolerate.
Tolerate.
Tolerate meaning if you know something and you do not report it.
Yes.
you
Yung
know, so-
countenance.
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 Yes.
Isn't that squealing on your classmate or your mista or your underclassman?
Bounded by the code eh. And you do not violate the code.
It's actually a part of your character development and discipline.
Yeah.
It's different sa labas, you know, na you're squealing on someone. Dito hindi eh. You're bound totally on truth. Not what you say is what I will believe in. So bound by an honor code, which is a cadet does not lie, cheat, steal, nor tolerate anyone who violates any of those three.
Okay. Okay. Itong honor system, yung sinasabi, you started kasi with saying that you all come from different backgrounds. Are you saying that this was like making the PMA a level playing field? Ganun ba yun? Is that what it is, James?
Actually for me, ano kasi, yun nga galing kami sa institution, though nasa labas kami ng bureaucracy, ng military institution, pero iisa yung alma mater namin. And itong alma mater na ito na minahal namin, talagang since ngayon tama siya ng issue. And medyo namamali yung pananaw ng karamihan ng lipunan dun sa kung ano ba yung honor system at saka honor code. Primarily, honor code ang bumubuo dun sa sistema. Yung code.
Okay.
Without the code, everything else
Okay, the
is
code, of
nothing.
course, as Sir Mike was saying, we the
Yes.
cadets do not
Not
lie, cheat, or steal,
nor tolerate among us
those who do. Okay.
And that's the binding, that's the way of life of a cadet. Na yan na yung character niya. Diyan na umiikot yan eh. Diyan na nakamolde yung character niya. So, it's not a set of rules. It cannot be written down on piece of paper.
Okay. What do you mean by it's not a set of rules? So, like for example, lying or telling the truth. You're
It's a
saying that when
gentleman's
you're a
agreement,
cadet, when you're a cadet,
Nung pumasok kami sa cadet ko, pagpasok ko, kagaya ko, nung plebo ko,
okay.
Unless it is otherwise. So, without that honor code, wala.
Yeah.
We're just an ordinary
Okay.
school.
Okay, I wonder if you guys know this. For example, social media or people reacting in different fora, no, na parang dapat palitan yung honor code niya. Ano ba naman yung honor system na yan? Dapat investigahan natin, tignan natin yung kaso ni Cadet Kudya halimbawa. The question is, can anyone from outside the academy change the honor system or change the honor code?
I don't think so.
Why?
It's a culture within the alumni, within the cadet corps, within the institution or the academy. That makes us set us different and set us apart from the other schools, universities, and academies.
It's an agreement among cadets only, but it is boundless. It does not look at rank. It does not look at positions or classes.
Yeah. And
so
the code,
everyone is equal in the eyes of the code.
And the code is absolute.
It's absolute.
Yes, it's absolute.
You
No
cannot
ifs, no
change
buts.
it.
No.
No ifs, no buts. Okay. So if a cadet violates the code, he can be dismissed from the academy.
Actually, more than dismissal, ang ano nga dyan is he's being asked to resign.
Asked to resign.
Yes, by his peers.
By his peers.
By the cadets
Okay.
itself. Not even the
So wait. So the academy does